News Channel 2 presents Boilermaker All Access. Brought to you by Steve Lennon and Company Jewelers.
Hello and welcome to Boilermaker All Access. I'm Jason Powers.
I'm Kristen Copeland, and we are joined by special guest. I'm already off to a great start. We have Boilermaker Race Director Jim Sestitis and Go the Distance Head Coach Joe Wilzinski joining us, and we have never done this before. It is our first time ever being live on social media, taking your questions for these gentlemen ahead of Boilermaker on Sunday. This is your chance to ask whatever you want to ask, and they're going to answer your questions live on the spot. And if you don't have any questions, don't worry. We're always equipped with questions, and we're going to have some fun too while we're doing it.
Absolutely. And you know what, between these two, with all the experience that they have, I'm just going to say we are in the best hands. Plus, we know a couple of things too.
Yes, I would agree with you. And you know what? This isn't even working anyway, so I'm just going to get rid of this.
Yep. And I get to watch from here all of the...
So I'm going to use my phone, and we're asking you to ask questions of our guests. In the meantime, we want to run through some of the important information ahead of the Boilermaker on Sunday, including race times to know. And Jim, if there's anybody who knows, it's going to be you. So what times do we have to have our cameras ready, and what time do people need to be at their start lines?
Get there early. The 5K starts at 7:15 up on Burstone Road near York. The wheelchair race starts at 7:45 on Culver Ave, 15K start. And then the big race starts at 8 o'clock sharp. And don't forget, if you don't get to the start line, you'll never get to the finish line. And do everything you have to do before. Because, again, this gun waits for no one.
No, exactly. And Joe, I mean, you're a perennial to the Boilermaker. So that means this will be, I know you don't count it yet, but this will be number 46.
47.
47, making it to the
start
line. So what time do you get there?
I get there around 6:50. My wife drops me off, and she heads to the finish line. She works the finish line there, and I get there about 6:50. I get the bathroom duties out, and I do my leg stretching. And I encourage all the new runners to do that, especially to go to distance team. It's a little, anxiety sets in. But once you're there, the people are wonderful, and the crowds are there. And it does go by quickly once they start lining up, roughly around 7:30, Jim. I think they start lining up, and the corrals are, you're waiting, and then it gets really exciting. So I get there an hour and 10 minutes early, I think is good advice for everybody.
Do you still get the butterflies?
I still get the butterflies because every year is exciting for me. It's the best race in the country, in my opinion. It just, I run all over, and I still get the butterflies. I have a routine. I still run with the same running partner, and we stand with 5 or 10 people of the same group that we stand with, and we train together. But once we start the race, we're on our own, and I have the same routine, and it's just a fun. We keep it simple, and we keep it fun. We keep it safe. It's just a super fun day, and this committee, and they keep it fun for us. They keep it safe. It's just the amount of organization that you do see at other places, but it's just what they do here is just phenomenal.
Does he get a special color bib as a perennial?
No, I register just like everybody else.
Okay. Yeah. But explain the corral system. Explain the different color bibs that we're going to see. As a spectator, when you're watching this, what does that all mean?
Okay, they line them up according to the speed or the seed time that everybody put in their registration. So the faster people start at the front, slower people in the back. So it just progresses, sort of like an accordion unlining, so nobody's tripping over. We don't have the slow ones up front. So
is that like your average minutes per mile? Like if you're an 8 mile or a 10 mile per mile or 10 minute per mile, is that how that works?
Yes. Again, according to seed time, Pat Leone from Leone Timing, who does their timing, has been doing it for years, does that all on the computer through run sign up, and they figure it all out. Again, depends on how many people. It's not an exact number in every corral, because depending on the number of people and alphabetically too.
See,
alphabetically in that corral and that. So yeah.
When I was signing my daughter up, I definitely didn't know that. So I'm not sure where she's going to fall.
Yeah, right. You don't know. Within the corral, if you're in A, you could have a higher number, but it doesn't go by number. It go by the colors of the corrals, and I know the first one is for the elites, and they're like a light blue and a pink, and then the second one, sub-elites, white, and then it goes down. And but we'll have charts up there, and it's online.
You're hurting yourself though if you lie about this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can get pushed. You're causing a danger on the course too, because people are trying to pass you and get tripped up or something. It can be a mess. So be honest about it.
Sandy Arcuri on Facebook wants us to remind people that you're going to be jammed. You're going to be jammed into your corrals at the start. So if you're not familiar with how the operation,
if you're claustrophobic, it's kind of tough, and you don't have to. You cannot go up further in a closer corral, but you can always go back. So if you're not comfortable up front near where you're supposed to be, go back into a corral that might not be so crowded, be more comfortable. It's all done by the mat. It's not by gun.
Right.
So again, it's the net timing.
That's good advice there. We're looking at the 5K start right here. And again, running through those start times, the 5K begins at 7:15. The wheelchair 15K starts at 7:45. And the rest of the 15K pack follows at 8 o'clock. I do want to talk about shuttles. You guys were talking about getting to your start lines early. The shuttles for the 15K runners, those are located at the corner of Court Street and State Street. And the post-race party area, that's on Whitesboro Street. So that shuttle is going to take you between 5:30 a.m. and 7 a.m. That's for the 15K. The 5K shuttle, it's only at ConMed. So if you're going to take the shuttle, you're going to have to park at ConMed and take the shuttle. And then there are shuttles after the race as well that run until 1 o'clock. How does it work if somebody has maybe shirts that they don't want to run with, or they have water bottles, or what if they have stuff with them that they can't run with, or is it don't bring stuff?
A lot of times they'll just throw them to the side when the gun goes off. Okay, after the national anthem, gun goes off, they'll sort of throw them to the side. Please don't drop them down on the course. Don't drop a water bottle, especially if it's full. People stop, roll their ankle, fall down, whatever. Throw them over to the side it would be the east side, not down the gully. This way we can pick it up and take care of it. Somebody usually picks up any good clothing and takes it down to Hope House, I understand. And again, I have people with the returnable water bottles, a nickel for every one.
Do you have the truck still where you can put stuff in a plastic bag?
Baggage truck for 15K only, no baggage truck for the 5. But yeah, clear plastic bag, and they'll take care of it for you. And then they'll take it right down to the finish line, post-race party area, and you can pick it up.
Awesome. Question from YouTube. It's Matthew, and he is wondering about parking this year because of the hospital. Anything down there that is going to be a little bit different?
It's going to be crowded down there. Now the hospital open, and from what we understand, the parking garage opens Monday.
Right.
I know they're paving there today. Right, it's not going to help us this year, but next year it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
I would get down there early. There will be a couple lots closed off for our volunteers to get there, and so they can get in there early, do their jobs, what they're going to have to do at the post-race party, whatever. But get there early, scope out a place. And if you're coming in from out of town, you might want to drive around the finish line area and the neighboring neighborhoods. I know over by State and Court and State, down a little bit further, there's a number of parking lots, a City Hall parking lot. Again, there's a lot of parking lots down there, short distance from the shuttle pickup. So scope it out when you get down there.
Scope it out ahead of time. That could be part of the expo routine.
Not a bad idea.
That's a good
Not
idea.
a bad idea.
Great idea.
See, hire her.
Hire me, right? Joe, Sandy wanted me to remind people, you've always said, make sure you're not running this race with brand new clothes.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, don't buy, wear the clothes you're comfortable with. Obviously, don't buy new sneakers today and wear them. That's, Jim and I always emphasize that. And, some people try new stuff and it may work for them, but please, I encourage just don't buy new sneakers this week and try to run the Boilermaker. And it's going to promote blisters. It's going to be a gorgeous day, according to WKTV, the forecast for now. But it's don't do that. Run what you've been training for, and back to the pace thing. Train what you've been training with. If you're running a 10-minute mile, try to run it. Everybody wants to run faster, but train what you've been training for, and you're just going to have a enjoyable Boilermaker too if you wear the comfortable clothing and train within the pace you've been training for.
A lot of people run with earbuds, headphones, because they're just used to running with music.
Right.
This is an event, And more people from out of town say this. This event has so much music to it.
Especially this year.
Especially this year. You don't need that, really.
No,
do you,
you really don't. And it's sad because last year we had a problem with one of the wheelchair athletes. Had his earbuds in there, and he must have been blasting a tune because the pace cars came up on him, and he never heard them. The police were doing the siren, flashing their lights, blowing the horn. Finally, some spectators saw him, and they told him to get over, and that's when he got out of the way. So, it's, yeah. If you're going to wear them, wear one in. This way you can hear what's going on around you, just in case there's instructions being given on the course.
45 entertainment acts this year. 45. That's incredible.
That's going to cover almost every quarter mile.
You'll never be out of range of
but you have
music, noise, whatever. Yes.
This is like a pre-COVID number, if not the highest number.
Oh yes, yeah.
Wow.
We've got a great committee putting those together, and wonderful people, neighbors on the course, letting us use their property. It's a great
capacity.
community.
The race's capacity for this year too.
Absolutely, yes. Yep, we're in great shape.
Oh yeah, let's go through those numbers. Did we talk about those numbers yet?
We did not yet.
So Jim, you're over your numbers for both events, right?
Yeah, for the 15K, we have not reached the 5K limit. That's 4,500. It's creeping up because a lot of people are dropping down. They've realized that they haven't trained enough, or they're injured, but they can't do the 15K, but they can do the 5K. And we don't want anybody hurting themselves out there, so we don't force them to stay in the 15K race. We do allow drop downs.
Sandy asking another question here, wanting to know the porta potty situation. Will there be enough?
It all depends how much you leave at home.
We can say that on YouTube.
We have ample numbers. We have a huge number down the start line, down in that grassy circle. We call it the grassy knoll. And then when you get off the shuttles, as you're walking over toward the start line up on the side of the hill, we're going to have porta johns there. We've got porta johns almost at every water stop on the course itself. A number of porta johns at the 10K mark, which is a 5K start. And if there's a water stop near some place that they have public restrooms, we don't have a porta john there, but you're able to go in to the building and do that. But yeah, ample porta johns on the entire course.
All right, I have some rapid fire questions right now while I'm waiting for you. Remember, this is all for you. So you can ask your questions on Facebook, on YouTube. If you have a question for Joe or Jim, now is the time to ask. There's no stupid question. We want to hear from you. So 6 rapid fire questions for both of you. Starting, I didn't tell anybody these questions. Starting with Joe. What do you eat Boilermaker morning?
Actually, I don't eat anything Boilermaker morning. I prepare the night before.
Okay, we'll come back to that. What hill is harder, Valley View or Burstone?
Burstone.
Sunglasses or no sunglasses?
Sunglasses.
Favorite sneaker brand?
New Balance.
Do you walk at all and where?
I do not walk at all.
Wow. Race day ritual or superstition?
Superstition is I say a prayer every Boilermaker for past 46 years. And I kiss my wife before I go.
And you don't count your Boilermaker until you cross the finish line?
I do not count my Boilermaker until I cross my finish line. You know me the best,
yes.
too, besides my wife.
All right, Jim, you ready for this one?
Yeah, I'll try.
Best place to watch from?
The whole course.
What time do you wake up Boilermaker morning?
1:30.
What do you eat the night before?
Not much.
No show, ankle, or high socks?
No show.
Okay. Short sleeve or tank?
Tank.
Who has the best coverage of the Boilermaker road race?
WKTV.
There you go.
He answered all of those.
He answered those very well. Very well. You both passed the test. I'm going to check in, see if anybody's asking questions when I scroll back here.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, throw some questions our way. We got one from Matthew, and he's laced up. Look, he has a lot. He loves Joe, and he wants to ask, here's one from Matthew. What are the options for parking this year because of the hospital? You already explained where those are. And
yeah, a lot of people asking about that. That must be a...
Yeah, they all want to know where to park at the
There is
end.
a lot of parking over at the 15K start also.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the old Chicago Pneumatic building over there, Diorio's Bakery over there. You got along Bleecker Street, there's a number of parking, the old Charlestown parking lot there.
Yep.
So that's it. And then you take the shuttle on back over there after the post-race party.
There's so many ways to do it. You're looking at video right now of our Go the Distance team that we're running. And Joe, for first-time runners, what do you recommend they eat in the morning? I mean, I know you don't eat, but you're different.
Don't follow my rules, but a light, a light carb, a light, something light of that nature.
Protein, maybe an egg.
Nothing of a high caffeine drink. Protein bar is a great of that nature. Don't change your routine on eating all this week. Jim has always recommended that. And, just follow your nutrition for this week, the night before. But you have to have something in your body. I do eat a banana the morning of, so I do try to eat a banana, but early, like 4:30 in the morning. But try to eat something, Boilermaker morning, that pleases your stomach, so it doesn't upset your stomach during the race.
I always tell people, stay regular. If you're used to having a bagel before you go out on a training run, stay regular, whatever's good. Don't change your routine. Don't think you got to get a lot of spaghetti the night before. That'll just weigh you down.
Don't eat that blueberry pancake before you go.
If you're used to it,
sounds good to me.
I like that. Well, we can eat that, but maybe the runners shouldn't.
I have a question. Can you tell us about the legend of Dreamboat Jim?
Dreamboat Jim. Well, I wasn't there, so this is all hearsay. Okay. I think I know who sent that in. But the group was, a year ago, the group was out at the Syracuse Half, and the Boilermaker had a booth, and these 2 or 3 women came up, and they said, "Oh, do you know Jim Stasitis? Oh, yeah, he's still working out. Oh, my God, he was such a dreamboat when we were younger. Oh, yeah." So one of the guys in the office started to call me Dreamboat Jim. So that's the legend of Dreamboat Jim. I'm more of a shipwreck these days, but
no. And I'm told
you're keeping afloat.
You're now Papa Joe. I'm told.
Well,
Papa Joe.
This Go to Distance team named me Papa Joe, and my wife Mama Sue, and it actually fits after all these years. So I'm deeply honored for those nicknames, and it's been a privilege and honor to do this program for so many years. And obviously, I never compare teams, and I never will for all the years I've been doing this. So this team has a special place in my heart, and once they cross that finish line on Sunday, it's going to be simply awesome. Of course, a lot of them will be ahead of me. You know what I mean, which is deserving right, but they put in the time, they put in the training, and it was a very, very fun season, and they had good weather. Good weather for all of our training, except for a couple Wednesdays. Obviously, yesterday was dicey, and I have to do a little plug in. You guys were awesome yesterday on protecting us, protecting everybody here. Protecting us. It was a great broadcast, and protecting us throughout the years. So.
Well, thank you for saying that. But I will tell everybody that anytime we give Joe the heads up about you're going to have to postpone or you're going to have to cancel, he always comes back with, "Are you sure?"
I mean,
do we really?
He doesn't. He's your typical coach, where the coach does not want to miss a practice.
Well, I work with a counterpart from Mohawk Valley Hill Striders, Dave Cabrera, and we do a teamwork, and we want to make sure it's the best. Right. And I never, when Bill says this, yes, Joe, that's it. You know what I mean? So it's teamwork, and I appreciate it so much.
Go the Distance recap show.
Yeah, Go the Distance recap show is tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, right here on WKTV. CBS Utica. There it is, right there. And we put it all together, and I'm telling you, I went back and watched all of the pieces again, and just to see how far these runners have come, and not just distance-wise, literally, but
they come together. They come to the program as strangers.
Yeah, and they leave lifetime friends. They really do. I mean,
who says running is an individual sport? I don't know.
Oh.
Definitely
It's amazing if you're running with somebody and you're talking, the miles just click off. Boom, boom, boom. Rather than running alone. Training alone is fine. You can flush your mind of everything or think about different things. But if you got somebody with you running your pace, they're going to pull you along. You're going to pull them along. Talking, miles go by so much quicker.
We talked about the entertainment along the course. We talked about the porta potties along the course. First aid stations. There were 34 first aid stations. At what point would you recommend visiting one of those stations?
If you don't feel well, if you've got a blister, if you've fallen and I can't get up, whatever. Yes, you know your body, you know how you feel. If you feel dizzy, if you feel faint, if you feel lightheaded, whatever. Every water stop, there's one and there's some in between. But yeah, you'll be well covered and well taken care of if something happens to you on the course.
19 water stations and brand new, we talked about this yesterday, an electrolyte station.
Yes. Yeah.
Why are you adding that? That's something we've never seen on this course before.
We had it one other time, but we tried to advertise it as well as we could, but people, again, it's going to be a warm day, so they're used to one on and one in. They were dumping the electrolyte on their heads and getting all sticky, and they didn't read. So we did a little, I think it was a YouTube blurb, of somebody running and dumping the stuff on their head, and read it. It's right at the
well, then everybody behind you is stepping in it.
Yes.
When you cross Oneida Street, right, the next water stop between Oneida Street and Genesee, that is the electrolyte stop. It's going to be all decked out with the name of the electrolyte. And so again, take a little sip. Take a little sip. It's going to be watered down. It's not going to be full strength. Right. We've been doing some experiments with taste and everything because you don't want a quick jolt. Just an easy.
Right.
But we had a lot of questions. Why can't you do that? Why can't you do it? So we got a sponsor to do it this year. It's a brand new water stop. It's one coming back since COVID, but brand new one since COVID, and it's right in front of ICANN. So that whole group is coming out to take care of the people. So again, not one on and one in, just one in at that one.
And the other thing too, maybe there's a lot of first-time runners that didn't get the chance to join a group like we had. Okay, maybe they didn't run with us. If you've never been through a race before, you've never seen what a water stop is or how to drink water when you're running. A lot of folks, when they train for the race, maybe they'll stop, they'll open their water bottle, they'll take a drink and they'll go. You can't just stop in the middle of this race in the middle of the road and take a drink of water. And I don't have a cup with me because you always have that fold the cup thing, but what do you recommend for those folks?
Okay, if you want to keep running and you get to the water stop, they're cardboard, they're, regular paper cups. Squeeze it at the top, fold one corner over.
Chris, take a quick shot of Jim here, Chris.
So again, you take the cup, you squeeze it at the top, you fold the corner over, then you take a hold, then you can sip it. Now you can run with that for a quarter of a mile, just sipping it. Smart. If you're used to glugging one down, one big shot, and it's going to slosh around in your stomach. Yeah. When I was running marathons and when I ran the Boilermaker, I'd carry that and just take little sips.
That's great.
That's a lot easier. But if you're going to stop and drink, pull over, get through the water stop, then move over to the side of the road. Always look behind you. And again, if you're going to spit, if you're going to clear your nose, look around you before you do that. You don't want to hit somebody.
You're going to cross the finish line and don't come near me. Okay.
Yeah. So, but again, there's etiquette. There's proper etiquette for running races.
Wow, that's great advice.
Just think of yourself. Think of the other people out there.
Okay, I'm going to run through some things that we missed. Okay, Expo, very important. What are we picking up at the Expo, Joe? When you go to the Expo, other than having to interview with us, what do you have to do at the Expo as a runner?
I mean, I like to get my number, obviously, and pick my stuff off. But I also like to visit all the tables. They have excellent people at the tables, representing different companies and different areas of expertise. Do that. You can walk in, pick up your number, and just leave and pick up your glass and stuff. But it's a beautiful expo. Yeah. I've been to many expos, and it's well organized by one of the committee chairpersons up there, and just go around and take your time. That's what I like to do.
You also see a lot of people you haven't seen in a while.
And we see, while you're going through the expo, you're going to meet a lot of people, like Jason said, you haven't seen in a long time, and they offer you a lot of stuff and a lot of advice. And I mean, you're there, and that's what I like to do, and and you get some great advice, and that's what I like to do.
All right, Expo, we're going to be there on Friday. The live at 5 or News Channel 2 at noon, live at 5 News, or News Channel 2 at 6. We're going to be there for the Expo on Friday. Kids Run is on Saturday. The Expo is still going on. You can watch the kids, cheer for the kids, and then we have our special broadcast of the Kids Run at night. That's at 7 o'clock on CBS Utica. That's Saturday night, we're talking, Saturday night. Yep. So you can go cheer on your kids and then watch them cross the finish line with them on TV. So that's really exciting. for everybody. The walk is also on Saturday, and it's my understanding you can still sign up.
Yes, the walk is still open, and actually the 5K, we're still taking registrations for the 5K.
When do you stop
Really?
taking registrations for both?
The walk, I believe, is going to be possibly tomorrow night, but
Okay.
you can still go on a try. But if you're planning on doing either one, get online as soon as you can so you don't get closed out.
Okay, and a walk is $8. I meant to put that on there. Walk is going to be $8 if you're looking to participate in that. And of course, we're going to have live coverage on Sunday. We're going to be on air, WKTV NBC, and we're going to stream on WKTV.com. And then after our event, you can head to our website, get your finish times.
Yes.
We're going to have all of that for you. It's going to be a one-stop shop. Pictures, video. If you want to contribute anything as a spectator to our coverage, you can do that as well.
All our socials.
Yeah, all of our socials. But WKTV, we're live on Sunday. Then you're going to take a breather for a week. And then we're going to watch it again on July 21st. This gives Jim a chance to watch because he's always so busy.
Yes,
Are you
I
busy?
am.
Are you sure?
I don't remember a lot of them. I remember the ones I ran, but the ones that I directed, well, there are some that stand out.
It's a lot of work.
We're working on next year's already.
Right.
Of course you are.
You know, we're taking notes of what's working, what's not working, registration, whatever. But again, yeah, it's a year-round job.
In terms of you cross that finish line, it's the most amazing feeling. You're done. You all the hard work you've been putting in the spring is now paid off. Someone that's never done this before, sure, you follow the masses. What's that like for someone who's never done this before? You're like, okay, where am I going? And the post-race party is next, right?
Right. You get that medal around your neck, and I'll tell you, it's like gold. It's like coming in first at the Olympics. You know, really, it's a great feeling, especially first timers. You know, you don't get it, and then you just revel in the joy of what's happening at the post-race party. Have a couple adult beverages, have some soda, have some water, whatever, and listen to the music. You know, the award ceremony, we keep it short, you know, about half an hour. And, you know, we said a press conference, press release today that there is going to be a flyover. So,
good deal.
Yes, so 10 o'clock.
Awesome.
Eyes to the sky. There'll be a
couple
flyover.
local pilots, I'm told, too.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes. So.
As a perennial, and now let's put up all the people that have run every single Boilermaker road
That are
race.
coming
Let's
back
take a look.
this year.
As a perennial, you're running this race. I want you to talk to the spectators out there because there are people out there that really, you know, go all out as a spectator. There are people who maybe have never been to the course. What area of the course needs some fans?
Ooh.
Are there any spots that like need people?
I tell you what, I've run this a long time, and I'm pleased with all areas of the course. The toughest area of the course is obviously inside Valley View, only because the cars can't get in there. But that's not their fault because there's some golfers in there that really doesn't realize that the Boilermaker is going on. But they close that area off. But then the golfers come out that realize that they can't go anyplace, they come and cheer us on.
People are golfing during the Boilermaker?
They try to.
I didn't
People
know
are
that.
golfing in the rain and the snow, you know.
But once we
Just like runners.
A
That's
bad
it.
day of golf is still better than a good day at work, as they say.
So you would like people to park somewhere, walk into the golf course.
Yeah, and once you cross over Valley View, over that hill and going down, it's so impressive when you overlook that and see the runners and then the spectators coming down. That's the only area that I think, only because they can't get to it, they can't drive to it.
Logistically, it's tough to get to.
Logistically. Otherwise, the whole course is full of spectators. My point of view, they cover it quite well. I mean, it just, you know, the start through Culver Ave, the tennis courts, I believe the spectators are, throughout all my years, come out fabulous.
That's what we hear from a lot of first-timers from out-of-towners saying, my God, the fans along the course, it's just amazing how the community comes out. And the community has always supported the Boilermaker, and we are so thankful that we have such a great community. And the cooperation we get with everybody involved, you know, whether it's city, county, state, national, we get great cooperation.
I've seen them for years, for 35 years, the same spectators come, hey, Joey, you know what I mean? I've seen them for years, and they root us on, which is, it touches your heart.
Our Go the Distance runners, they're wearing blue.
Yep.
They're wearing blue, so we're going to need
two on it.
we're going to need some extra push towards the finish line for them, and we appreciate that. And people do come out. People don't even know our Go the Distance runners, and are coming out with signs with their names, and it's amazing. And we do appreciate that very much. I know they appreciate it very much.
If you've got an older tank top, write your name on it.
That's a great idea.
They'll call out your name. There's nothing, I was running marathons, and you're trugging along at mile 20, 22, and somebody calls out your name or something. All of a sudden, you stand up. You're running better. It may be only might be only for 100 feet, but you hear your name, and oh God, you.
I did New York City Marathon, and I wore my Boilermaker shirt, and they come out, and I have Joel Zinski, and they come out, hey, Boilermaker, I did the Boilermaker, and they root you on for different shirts that you're wearing in different parts of the country, and. So
what you wear matters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Or I ran that Boilermaker, and it's exciting where you different shirts. Did a race in Florida or something like, hey, Boilermaker, I'm going to run it this year.
That's awesome. So you're recruiting when you're on vacation.
I'm recruiting, absolutely.
I know Herman Garrick does that. He's all over the world recruiting people for the wheelchair division. Yeah. So we'll have live coverage of the wheelchair division reception tonight. But again, take a look at your screen. That's where we're going to be on air. We're looking for you to join us and have some fun. And when you cross that finish line, head to WKTV.com. Quadsimia has programmed an interactive results section for us.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, there's so many questions I still want to ask. Can we keep going?
We can.
Okay, we can go for a little bit.
As long as we want to keep going.
Chris says we can keep going.
We still have people watching.
I did want to ask about Pacers. Are we doing that again this year?
AMC made those, and they were a big flop. The car, the Pacer. That's a mechanic's joke.
I thought he was
too young to remember.
I thought he was calling out the actual race Pacers. I'm like, man.
Can we end this now?
Now I feel really bad. But these
those were designed for the Wankel engine, the rotary engine, and it just did not.
Does anybody have questions about that? Let me know. But you still have people out on the course where somebody that's running a 10-minute mile, you want to follow them. If somebody's running a 7-minute mile, you want to follow them. Do you still have that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the sneaker store does that for them, and they'll have little flags up there, 6-minute mile, 7, 8, 9, whatever.
They run with a sign?
They run with a little one, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they'll pass it on to somebody else in the group, but again, they do it, yeah.
If you didn't get any of your questions in, or maybe you're watching this later,
sorry, you want me to go back
some
to
other time. No,
out.
you're okay. There, right at the bottom of your screen, race director at Boilermaker.com. That guy will answer them for you, and you always see Joe out and around. He'll answer any questions.
Robert wants to know, what color are the volunteer shirts?
Volunteers are a darker blue.
Darker blue?
Yes.
Blue's the theme this year.
Blue heather, yeah, blue heather I think it's called.
Okay, like that.
All right, she's nice.
Yeah. I'm going through, making sure I didn't miss any.
I only had Matthew on YouTube.
Are there popsicles this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Not popsicles, but freezy pops, yes.
Freezy
the
pops.
sticks, yes. Yes,
Okay.
we'll be cutting the top so you can.
Mark Donovan is watching.
Boss is
Are they
watching.
doing okay?
Yeah.
The boss is watching, the president of the Boilermaker Road Race. Jolene wanted to ask about making sure we give accurate times. Say, of course, she has a really long one. Making sure you're in the appropriate corral. We talked about that.
Yep, we did that.
Okay, so I think I got all of your questions. Real quick, if you have any questions, type them in now. Let us know. And it's going to be a great day on Sunday.
Yes.
Well, actually, starting tomorrow.
Every Boilermaker Sunday is a great day.
Every day.
Christmas in July.
Absolutely.
I would just emphasize a word on safety around the water stops. The wax cups get a little bit dicey, so make sure you just throw them to the side for the volunteers near the garbage cans if you can, but not on the road. That's all I would emphasize.
Let's shout out the volunteers.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I was just going to say,
we could not. They are the lifeblood of the volunteer. They don't get paid because they're worthless. They don't get paid because they're priceless.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, we couldn't do our program without the volunteers and our committee members volunteering their time. But the volunteers on the Boilermaker court, and they're always smiling.
Police officers, firefighters that are out there blocking roads,
the safety of the Boilermaker is amazing. I mean, you could see it, how they block the roads, how they make you safe. How it just, you look, every year I look for something different. I write it in my little memoirs, and every year I write something different, what happens every year. And it's just amazing how they make us safe.
I rode with the mayor yesterday to tour the course.
Oh yeah, how is the course looking right now?
The course is in good shape, but there were some spots, and DPW is working on them. Again, good crew and what they're doing, and they, they're going to be flushing the streets on Saturday and Sunday. Getting those, the county comes in and helps. Again, it's just an amazing cooperation, and it's going to be a beautiful course. Utica looks great Boilermaker weekend. It looks great all the time, but I'll tell you what,
those flowers on the parkway.
Dressed to the nines, yep.
And
absolutely.
you had your committee run on Sunday. Any
Yes,
committee members, did they run and go, hey, there was one thing
There was
here,
one spot,
there?
Gary Roback because he's in
Gary,
charge of
of course.
wheelchairs.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always looking.
He does
And
such
there
a
was
great
some
job.
spots up near the golf course that he pointed out, and we went up and looked at them. But DPW was working hard on them yesterday and got them fairly well smooth, so it's going to be safe for the wheelchairs because they get a wheel in a rut, they can.
They go over fast.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be a fun year.
Yeah.
33 wheelchairs this year. It's a very impressive field.
Oh yeah, it really is. And the wheelchair challenger.
The wheelchair
Face
challenger.
William. Is it Face William?
Face is from Ontario.
From Ontario.
Face, we talked about this yesterday, and Face, if you're
I don't know
watching,
if you've heard this story.
we are rooting for you.
Yeah.
A marathon runner. 4 years ago, he started to feel numbness and was diagnosed with MS.
Oh my God.
So Face, this year, he is going to compete in a traditional wheelchair, and he has 2 hours and 2:15 to finish this race.
Yeah.
If he finishes in 2:15, Citron, he's going to be awarded a custom racing wheelchair.
Yeah.
And this is something he's looking beyond the Boilermaker and saying, I need this. I want to continue my marathon career. Wants to go to Boston, wants to go to Tokyo. So we're rooting for you.
If that doesn't inspire you to go out
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
and just do your best, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
Cindy Dardano wants you to know this is a great program, and Jim and Joe should have their own show. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
No, I don't
And
think
then we're
The
gonna have
J&J
spaghetti
show.
at Cindy's house.
Yes, there you go.
Yes, that's. Oh, the Boilermaker Road Race is watching. Nice of you to tune in. We're a little late, guys. Thank you for jumping in on that.
Well, they've been busy answering emails, phone calls. So again, they're doing what they're supposed to do, taking care of the runners, our customers.
Yeah.
Again, customer service.
But your average day is you start at what, about 5:30 in the morning, and you start
Yeah, I
answering
start at
emails?
home usually, and I get to the office 7:15ish. Go home at 4:30.
Except for Mondays, he's there
But
early.
it's this past couple of weeks have been. I can't sleep. If I get 6 hours of sleep, I'm good. But this past week I'm up at 2, and I lay there in bed. I try, but the more you try to go to sleep, the worse it is. So
I
I
bet
just
every
get up
runner
and start
feels that
answering
way.
emails.
Oh yeah, I don't sleep this
I had
week
45 emails this morning when I woke up, and
Not from me. I text you.
See, okay, you text me, and a lot of times
He's not
I
a
don't
great
hear the
texter, though, have you
text. I
noticed?
don't hear the text, and I don't look at my phone if I'm on my computer. I don't. So again, it's
That's okay.
better if people want to get in touch with me. Email me, racedirectorboilermaker.com. I'll give you an answer. You might not get the answer that you want, but you will get an answer from me.
That's true.
Expo setup is happening right now. The hot merchandise of the year. Is there anything special that we need to be shopping for early before it sells out?
Oh, they've got almost like a tie-dye pink for the women, blue, or pink for anybody, and light blue for new this year. And I think that's going to be the hot item. So
I think so
if you
too.
got a chance to get to the expo on Friday, do it, because by Saturday it might be gone.
And Kevin, one of our old Go the Distance runners, our former Go the Distance runner, he still helps us out. He wore his Go the Distance tie-dye singlet, if you will,
Kevin
to
Shanley,
run. Kevin
yeah.
Shanley wore it the other day.
Well, that was our bad, because that one year we decided to get white shirts for
Yeah.
everyone. And then we realized we're not going to be able to find our Go the Distance
Right.
So we
members.
tie-dyed it.
David wants to know, where will Jason be on Sunday?
Me. I will be,
Kelly's Bar.
yes, after the race. No, I'll be on the media truck with Nate Getman. That's going to be a blast. That's so much fun.
Yeah, we kind of forget. I mean, I go into the Boilermaker mode, and it's, your friends and your neighbors, and this is a community, but this is a race.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a race.
And we are right in front of the best runners in the entire world. And I never before, for many years, Kristen and Steve would sit on the set. They'd get everything ready to go, and then at 7:45 we'd switch spots, and Nate or I, and back in the day Jim O'Brien and I, would take over and call the race from the set. It's so much more exciting from the back of that truck. The only downfall is you don't get to see who wins.
The truck peels off, so don't follow the truck. So Jason's on the truck, but our camera is actually on a motorcycle.
Yes.
So Kirk Tupai rides the motorcycle backwards to provide the elite shot for us.
He's a brave man.
He's a brave man. There's your shot right there.
That's
so that's
the
Kirk
shot.
on a motorcycle, and he's holding his camera, but he also has GoPros on him, and
it's amazing.
it really is. Our crew. I mean, this is our Boilermaker. There's a lot that goes into it. So I really hope you'll join our coverage this year. Jamie Robinson, sad to not be there, watching Jason and everyone race. He's in final preparations for the Paralympic Games. Paralympic
Good
trials
luck.
in Florida.
J-Rob.
J-Rob, I'll go the distance, remember?
Yep.
Wow, now
We're
in
gonna miss him
college.
this year.
Is Catherine Switzer coming?
Oh, that's a
No.
good question.
That's
She's
another
not
question.
going to make it this year.
Can't make it
Not
this year.
Nope.
Roger, not coming
No.
either? Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
But again, though, Jason will be here.
I will
Right.
be here.
Jason
I will be here.
Kristen
I'll
will
be
be here.
around
I will
all
be
weekend
here.
long.
Yes.
Kristen will be here. Obviously, these two. I'm excited just because this is like my 28th Boilermaker. I've done every single one. I came here in 1996. My very first day on the job was Boilermaker Sunday.
Oh, trial by fire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just thrown right in. We're not going to tell you where you were in 1996.
Finish to the left.
Finish to the left.
Finish to the left. Very
Yep.
good. I always tell our go the distance runners, finish to the left, because that's where we're keeping tabs, making sure you're crossed and,
Yes.
and
We'll be
making sure
watching
you're
everybody.
safe. But if you're an elite runner, you have to follow what Jim says to do.
Yes.
I'm not out there. I stay out of. I got a whole crew out there taking care of that.
Who's
I'm
holding?
to
So
the side.
is Mark
We have
holding?
sponsors. No, we have sponsors.
Who's
to
holding
take
the
care
finish
of that.
line?
Sponsors, different sponsors.
Oh, really? But
Yeah.
even for the men, when
It's
the
been
men
the
come
past
out?
few
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
I did not
I think
realize
we have
that.
you've been on the
people.
truck.
Yes.
That's right. I never see
You're going the wrong way.
You're going the wrong way.
I text Kristen, who won? Who won?
know,
Because
right?
I come running over, and by that, everyone's celebrating.
Oh, another point real quick, and I know you guys want to go and you have work to do, but
We have newscast.
last year we saw amazing finish times. And
That's what my wife said. An
people,
amazing finish. too.
Amazing finish. So we had course construction last year. So the course changed ever so slightly. The distance was the same. Do you think that played a role in it, or do you think that it's the athlete, it's the weather, it's what?
The weather
You know,
was,
we
weather
had
was
it.
beautiful.
We had it measured last year and certified, so it was exactly the same. It's 9.3 miles,
But maybe
15,
like a
15
little-
kilometers.
little less
You
of
know,
an
you're
incline?
still the topography. You know, you got level and downhill. You got a little up and more
Yeah.
downhill. You know, talking to Pat Leone about it, he thinks it's the new shoes.
Oh.
You know, the tech
Really?
shoes, absolutely, with the carbon fiber soles and the bounce you get from them.
And
he
they
said
are
that's
very
more,
new.
That's more of a factor, he thought, than the course.
You're also seeing those shoes a lot in the Olympic trials. We watch the Olympic trials on
Right.
NBC, of course, and some of their times are out unbelievable, and they are talking about this new shoe that is out
Interesting.
there.
Joe, I know though, has tried all of these new shoes, and
Yeah.
you still go back to your
I
old
still-
school New Balance.
I still go back to New Balance. I've been wearing them for 35, 36 years plus. It's just, they fit me. But I explain to everyone, the shoe technology has changed since, well, Jim and I started years ago, and the technology is phenomenal now on these shoes. And it's just, and it's changed for the better. They're more stable, they're more secure, the bounce is there, and it's unbelievable.
And all the companies make good shoes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
You can't say this is the
No.
best.
No.
It's just what
Whatever
works for
fits
you.
your foot the best and most comfortable for you. So again, it might be a New Balance, it might be a Nike, an Asics.
Might be a Puma,
whatever.
and
Yeah,
they
We've
have
come
these-
so far from putting rubber into that
Oh,
waffle iron.
yes.
You're dating yourself,
Way back.
Jason. No, that's way
That's
before your
when
time.
Nike
Yeah,
started.
oh, yeah.
That's
And
even before my time.
that also includes the socks too. There's different
Oh,
technology in
The
socks.
socks.
Yeah.
You know,
If you even.
I know Sneaker Store explained that to me a few years ago, and I didn't believe it until they made
they
me
have the
wear-
magic socks.
They have
Oh,
the
yeah.
magic socks, and
It's legit.
the
It's
socks
legit.
are just as important as the sneaker. I did not know that
Yep.
until Go the Distance
Ben
explained that
is
to me.
Ben and his crew are
I learned
awesome.
that this year because
Yeah.
I had not
Oh
experienced
yeah, there's
that
like
until this.
I think my socks right now have it. It's like a band around.
Yeah, their crew up there are awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Are there any more questions? Because
I don't think so.
we're going to let
I'm
these
trying to
guys
go
get back to
through.
work. I promised Jim he'd be done at 3, and it's 15 minutes later.
I know. I can
That's
talk to
it. No,
these.
the time goes fast when you're having a good time.
Yeah.
You're here with friends and you love what you're talking about. time goes by.
I think we got to do this again.
He just described the Boilermaker Road Race.
That is.
Join us. We have our expo tomorrow. We're going to be live with our shows. Go the Distance recap show Friday night. Kids run Saturday night, and we are live 7 a.m. Sunday morning for the best 15K in the country on WKTV NBC. WKTV.com. You can stream us, and it's a very interactive page thanks to Quad Simia, so you can check out your results as well.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited. We hope you are too. We'll see you on Boilermaker Sunday.
Thank you.